Throughout my GCSE years of studying performing arts, we had been rehearsing for the production of Blood Brothers, leading up to our final assessed performance. We had spent the previous lessons teacher-led, as the teacher directed the basis and structure of the performance, so we were well on our way to creating the production. However, this particular lesson that remains with me as a valuable learning experience was different to the others. The teacher introduced the class but soon took a step back as she gave me the opportunity to add a directing input into the production. Of course I said yes. She then took the step back as she observed a student-led lesson. Despite contributing to ideas within the previous lessons, at first I was apprehensive to be left to work independently and without support from the teacher. Initially I was nervous because despite being in front of my friends, I felt I had a lot of responsibility. However, the fact my teacher chose to give me this opportunity, I learnt to become confident in myself and around my peers. I therefore chose to put my worries behind me and become involved in the task ahead, producing ideas and adapting to my kinesthetic methods of learning by producing what I thought was a hands-on, active and creative lesson. It was a challenging lesson, but most importantly, I learnt how to become confident, and such skill was something that helped me within my further studies of performing arts. With the previous lessons being teacher-led learning and then transforming this particular lesson into student-led, it allowed me to observe the ways in which the teacher directed and learn from her previous techniques, a learning style known as observational learning, which relates to Albert Bandura's social learning theory, that individuals can acquire particular behavioural patterns by observing others perform them. The prior lessons allow me to do this, as after watching the teacher previously, I could use techniques I'd learned from her teaching styles. This gave me the confidence to work in front of my peers as the role of the teacher. Robin Alexander believes that learners should be empowered to take ownership of learning, which encourages learners to construct knowledge for themselves rather than being given the right answers. This is significant in the ways in which the teacher constructed this lesson, by allowing me to work independently and setting me off on a task with little initial help. I had to take ownership of learning and discover different methods of addressing the task ahead. This allowed me to learn for myself and gain the confidence needed in order for me to do it again. Once I had overcome the anxiety of working independently and began to become confident in my own ability to direct my fellow classmates, I became motivated to continue working during this lesson. This is something that Carol Dweck talks about within her theory around motivational learning. She argues that the view of a child takes about ability is crucial to motivation. She also says that only pupils with a strong belief in their own competence will be highly motivated. This is something I learnt from my experience within this lesson, that once I felt capable of completing the task ahead, I put my worries behind me and discovered a different side to my performance. I personally feel that confidence is a skill that is overlooked within learning and teaching. However, I think this is one of the most important and valuable skills that all children should learn throughout education. I think my teacher gave me this opportunity to not only let me experience a different side of drama than just performing, but to help me grow as a performer by using an alternative method of teaching to help my confidence grow, a technique which I found very useful.